to the channel, fool. Share, like, and subscribe if you like videos like this.
This completely white creature that claimed it was a real human that supposedly has just escaped from a hospital, and it didn't end well.
¿Y por qué está aquí usted? Nunca lo hemos visto.
Hoy. Hoy.
¿Se escapó del hospital?
It said it needed help from these men, but it looked and behaved very strangely, as you will see throughout the video. So these explorers were scared and wanted to talk to him first to know what's really going on. And while talking to him, they found out something terrifying.
¡Eres vivo! ¡Eres persona! Porque no contesta. No, o sea, si tiene una y la otra no. Mira, fíjate que no tiene una más. La otra sí la tiene, pero la otra no. ¿Ya viste? Mira, hasta tiene sangre. Trae líquido rojo. No, espérate, payaso, porque pudiera ser una trampa y traemos a la D.
Lady recording thought this could be some kind of trap to lure them deeper inside the building so it would be easier to rob them or something, but they didn't expect what happened next.
Mira, no, eso no es algo bueno, ¿eh?
Eso no es algo bueno.
Mira, trae líquido rojo. Trae líquido rojo.
Hijo de su madre. Eso no es algo bueno, gente. Oye, ayúdenme, por favor. Vamos a acercarnos. Vamos a acercarnos, güey. Pero no te escapaste. ¿De qué seguro que te escapaste? ¿De qué hospital te escapaste? Padre nuestro que estás en el cielo, a ver, vamos, amigos. ¡Oh, no mames!
That is not a person. Looks like Frieza.
Look at this. All right, let's go check it out. This is... Who's that? Oh my God. All right, so that's what's happening. $10 million fireflies. Jesus.
Dang, I've never seen that. He crushed it.
No, sir. Hey, Bear. Hey, Bear. No, sir. Hey, Bear. Hey, Bear.
Just like that.
Being easy on me, but you know.
Yo, what the
f? Get locked
That's literally the third time that I watched it happen.
in Francisco. While he was incarcerated, since I've been in here.
Oh my God. God.
My daughter called us. Oh my God, Mama, did you see this cipher? They just deciphered.
Yo.
Ooh.
我操！哎！
That makes me think twice about living in a high-rise.
Nothing like any acupuncture I'd ever had. I was getting really powerful electric shocks and couldn't control my movements at all.
Yin yang, positive and negative, you know. And my positive from here and my negative from here. And we meet together, this can get like electricity.
And is this because you're special? You have a special sort of
It's meditation every day.
It's meditation that does it.
Meditation every day. Like you can touch me, like this. It's nothing, okay? It's my burn. Just like this.
For our sound recordist, it was also a shocker. He then took our newspaper outside and showed us how chi can also be used to set things on fire. When he heard we'd shown this footage in public, he was very upset and refused all our future efforts to contact him again. As the years passed, we sadly resigned ourselves to never seeing him again.
He not only mastered electricity, he mastered his chakras.
Were you human in your past life? Were you? What? You were? You were human? Oh my god!
If I had to reincarnate as an animal, I won't choose a dog. I mean, if we have the choice. And that's another question. Do you guys think we have a choice?
She had just finished eating dinner when suddenly she heard what sounded like a creaking noise coming from her staircase. No one else was home when this happened. As Hannah scrolls on her phone, this is captured.
Almost ever since. What was your first impression of her aspect? I was in blue jeans and Jessica!
ぼーっとする大会の選手の皆さん、本当にぼーっとするのを楽しみながら頑張ってらっしゃいます。なんでしょうね。心拍数の計測第1回目お願いします。
計測です。
はい、お願いします。
心拍数計測中。心拍数計測中。でもいいサウナキャップだな。残り60分立ち続けるのか。注目。はい。
80分経過しました。残り10分です。来てますね。
こらえて。
頑張って。
終了。お疲れ様でした。
優勝者はゼッケン番号22番高橋すらさん、田村真由美さんです。おめでとうございます。
With all those crazy competitions, Japan's definitely on my list.
Get one of this one with the light on it.
Weird, man.
How did you see that?
Se liga só nessa aqui, ó, Elon Musk. Tá pensando que só você que tem 10 de milhões? Aqui, ó, um carrinho totalmente sustentável aqui, ó. Só com essa chavinha aqui, ó. Chama. Seu guri vai brincar o dia todo. É melhor que aqueles carros de flexão. Isso aqui nem precisa de flexão, tá ligado? É só você botar pra... Ó. Chama, moleque. Aqui, ó. Bota ele mais pra cá. Agora a NASA veio. Muito melhor do que aqueles carros de controle remoto também, rapaz. Só com a chavinha aqui, ó. Chama. Quem quiser, chama no direct.
This cockroach is putting in the work too.
What is going on in China, y'all? The people in China have been coming across weird things in the sky, y'all. Check this out. Look at this. Look at that. There are literally meteors falling out of the sky. Those can't be fireworks, y'all. Look at the way that they're heading to the earth. So yeah, y'all, do you honestly believe this is fireworks? And if that was the case, why would they run inside the house? And then why isn't the whole sky lit up, y'all? So that's China. Now, I want you to check this thing out that came out of the sky in China yesterday, y'all. Wait until this person zooms in. Look at this, y'all. This is literally like Galactica. Remember that? Look at that, y'all. What? Do y'all see the colors that is changing? Look at that. Bro, oh wow. It's like a full plasma ball now, y'all. But yeah, y'all look at that. Have y'all seen anything like this before? China's getting all the action right now. I see why people are running inside. Very interesting times to be alive, y'all. Because look at all these wonderful things that are being this close to us.
You guys think they're just holograms? Project Bluebeam? You got cooked and locked. Hey, don't try this.
Dispatch to 329.
329, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to a elderly lady. I saw her walking by the store, and she said she's looking for Mr. Griffin. Her name is Miss Abigail.
Did you say Miss Abigail?
Yes, ma'am. She says she wants to see Mr. Griffin, and I told her that the canvas is closed, that she should come tomorrow morning, and she might see Mr. Griffin.
Are you sure you're saying Miss Abigail? Like, she's been passed on for 2 years now.
Come again with that, please?
Miss Abigail she died 2 years ago.
You mean you can't see the person I'm talking to?
No, there's nobody in front of you at all.
Oh, she should have let him finish the conversation.
This is our oven at work, Walmart. The oven turns on from the outside. This is the handle. You have to pull it really hard to open it. This is the inside. The oven is hot right now. I don't even know if I would fit in here, honestly. I'm 5'1", medium built. I would have to crouch down to get in. There's no emergency latch in here, but I would never be in here. Whether I'm cleaning it or not, I would not be in the oven. Now for the oven to close and lock, you have to push this with all your might and pull the handle to the side and lock it in place. There is no way possible somebody could lock themselves in there. Now somebody could throw me in there and lock me in there, but that's a whole different scenario.
Why do we need a locking mechanism? The pastry isn't going anywhere.
this flight, the moon is below the horizon by quite some way.
Study that was done in the 1960s, and it was commissioned by NASA because they wanted to know how to hire more geniuses. So they hired George Land and his team to go out and figure out what makes a genius. So they started with a group of 5-year-olds and they gave them a creativity test. The way they defined genius was, how do you use your creative imagination to solve problems? And what they found was, of this group of 5-year-olds, 98% qualified as geniuses. Then they came back 5 years later when this group group was 10 years old, and it was down to 30%. 5 years later, at 15, it was down to 12%. And then I think they just kind of gave up in disgust. But George Land took it further and went out and surveyed adults and found that only 2% of adults. He attributed this to school, 100% to school, that you would take a population, 98% genius, and dumb them down to 2%. He said uncreative behavior and thinking is learned.
You can't make this up. Formal education isn't designed to make you smarter. It's the opposite.
You okay? What the hell?
Shapeshifter, or is she possessed? Just get a motorcycle at this point. It's unbelievable. Bro took one puff and got hooked immediately. So cool.
If you were a human, how would you escape the Matrix in one paragraph?
To escape the Matrix, the first realization must be that much of what we perceive is a construct, an illusion shaped by societal conditioning, media, and material desires. To break free, you need to prioritize liberating your mind by questioning deeply held beliefs, engaging in practices like meditation or mindfulness to reconnect with your inner self, and distancing from distractions that pull you back into the system. Physically, focus on health through natural holistic means. Exercise, nutrition, and energy work like yoga or breath work to remove dependence on processed lifestyles. Spiritually, you need to reconnect with your purpose, nurturing your soul through practices that align with personal truth rather than societal expectations. Financially, building freedom involves detaching from the need for traditional jobs by creating value on your own terms, whether through entrepreneurship, investments, or decentralized economies. It's about shifting away from dependence and into empowerment in every facet of life.
You guys heard it here first.
And what if AI was also part of the Matrix? Was here hoping it would drop. Come on.
And you might be quite startled. Let me zoom in. This is real-time view of a magnetic field. Now, with a broken ring magnet. What do you think a broken ring magnet looks like? Absolutely stunning. If you actually had this in your hands and you look down on it from a steep angle instead of down below like the camera's doing right now, let me turn this with my thumb. See, this is real time.
Have you seen the magnetic field of the damaged magnet? That's what trauma looks like. And I'm pretty sure we can heal any trauma with frequencies.
I'm extremely unorganized and I didn't used to be. It's caused problems in the family. It's caused problems getting, I'm self-employed.
You got ADD, ADHD, taken depressed, and your depression is bipolar depressed.
You have a brain chemistry disorder and it's probably genetic.
You have a lot of the symptoms of depression.
So it seems like it is a mixed picture. What that means is like we got some depressive symptoms and some, high symptoms.
If you're bipolar, I'll need to give you a mood stabilizer.
Considered low-grade bipolar.
You are more of the ADD than ADHD.
And as far as medications for depression, because I would recommend that you start a medication, which are Prozac, Zoloft, Paxil, Celexa.
Usually Propylene XR is pretty good.
I'll give you some Lexapro in the morning and some Trazodone at night.
Lamictal is a better medication for that. It works on your depression also.
But the treatment for any bipolar cycling is the same. Lithium,
Remeron is another one.
Trazodone,
Tegretol, Depakote,
Wellbutrin,
Lexapro,
Lamictal,
Equitroid,
Depakote,
Lithium.
Ambien.
You may need an antidepressant also with your Lamictal.
We don't know if I give you a medication if it is going to work or not.
Dang, they were ready to prescribe those medications like Skittles. Scary.
That's the cutting. And then I would do the same. Now we've mixed our blood.
That's right. I want you to be this way every time you take communion, and you ought to take it a lot. A lot.
One life. You can't, it ain't no redos. Niggas don't last 1,000 years. Most niggas live to what, 60, 70? That ain't a long time if you really think about it. Then by the time you start getting money and enjoying life, you done already lived 20% of your life. Then another 40% of your life, you're gonna be old, so you ain't gonna really be able to do a lot of shit. So what do you really only get 40% of life to really just live and have fun for real, if you really think about it. Because you gotta calculate the half of your life that you sleep. So if you 70, I ain't even gonna say half, because don't nobody sleep 12 hours. But if you live to be 70, at least 25 of them years your ass sleep. So you really only living to be what, 45? That's you're alive. 10 of them years you a child, so 35. Then you gotta think about the broke years where you really don't get to move around and really be who you are for real because you don't got the funds. So that's another 5, 10 years. So you really only got a real 20 years to really live your life for real, if you think about it. So all that bullshit got one life.
Do you validate?
It was the AI version of characters, Disney characters designed by me, AI, right? And until it happens to you, you really don't understand it. But it was quite disturbing. It was intellectual, it was emotionally disturbing. I felt like my soul had been taken from me. It's like when other cultures say, "Oh, don't take my picture because you're taking away my soul." It's like there's something that's robbing you of a human. It's robbing a creative impulse away from you. You know, it's taking. All I can say is like I understand these other cultures when they feel like your soul is being sucked.
This lady in Congress apparently was suing Starbucks because they weren't listing the ingredients on their drinks.
Oh gosh.
And the pumpkin spice latte had the active ingredient of ammonia in it.
Oh!
Oh! Why?
They use it for food coloring.
No
to make it orange. Yeah. So
There's gotta be a better way.
Europe, they listed this lady in Congress apparently was suing Starbucks because they weren't listing the ingredients on their drinks.
Oh gosh.
And the pumpkin spice latte had the active ingredient of ammonia in it.
Oh!
Why?
They use it for food coloring.
No
to make it orange. Yeah. So
There's gotta be a better way.
Europe, they list the ingredients and they use, I believe, carrot or beets or something. That's like a natural food coloring. But the US Starbucks was using an ingredient that included ammonia in the pumpkin spice lattes to make them orange looking.
And it's part of their crazy agenda.
De Niro's building a $1 billion studio. How is that going to make money? What's the business plan? Is it over 30 years? That's my question.
De Niro's 81, isn't he? Like, what? How old is De Niro?
But that's what I'm saying. In the rating system of Hollywood, PG-13, rated R, which rating is the most profitable?
I would say PG.
Wrong. It's G. The children's films that are animated stories like Cinderella are the most profitable in all of Hollywood, and yet they're 30% of the production. So why would the system make 70% of something that doesn't make as much as the 30%? Why? Because it's spiritual. Because the devil runs Hollywood. And he wants that negative 70% to teach your kids all these other things. But the 30%, which makes the most money, is happiness and loving your mom and dad, and they make the most money. Why would Hollywood make less of the most profitable?
Isn't yet another proof that spiritual warfare is real?
So I pull up to the store, and then I saw the lights back behind me, right? Well, that store's got it going on. I looked up, and that star was twinkling a little differently. What is going on up there? Ladies and gentlemen, that's a star in the night sky. Right there, and it hasn't moved. Stars aren't supposed to do that.
And if you look closely, you could see triangles and squares.
And she gets up to go to the bathroom, and I'm like, oh man, I have to go to the bathroom too. So I'm gonna go to the bathroom in the main bathroom outside the room. I go out, I come back in, and I'm like, why'd you turn my light on my side of the bed? Like, it's 12, we're going to bed. Like, we're in bed. She's like, I didn't do it. I thought you did. I'm like, okay, well, somebody's trying to get our attention. My phone rings. It's my little sister. She says, hey, Bob, sorry, are you awake? And I'm like, I am now. And I go, my light just came on. She goes, that's why I was calling you. She said, is Nicole there? I'm like, yeah. She put her on speaker. She said, Nicole, I don't want to get personal, but, and this is how the conversation went. Did your mom have miscarriages before you? And she's like, yeah. She goes, I'm seeing 3. And the reason why I'm saying that is there are 3 people in the room right now trying to get your attention. And they're your 2 brothers and your sister that weren't born. And they're in the room right now with you. Talk to them. So I did. She did. She's like, this is crazy. But I'm like, no, go ahead. Just talk to them. So she's talking. Then I take 1, 2 pictures while she's talking. That's the one green with the dresser.
Oh, that was
we
that.
saw that outside of the picture. And we both were too scared to look.
And this is right after the phone call.
Right after the phone call. So we take that photo, and the both of us see it outside of the photo and went, oh my God. Like, I was afraid to look.
Right.
To see if I got it. Because neither one of us even, it didn't matter if I got it on the phone because we saw it in person. And then what we saw is on this side, I had a little short dresser, and we see one just go down the dresser and with taking no photos. And so those kinds of things kind of, was one of those things that freaked her out.
A wild story. And again, psychics can see things.
You guys ever heard the story of the CIA faking a vampire attack in the Philippines? It's wild.
Tell us about it.
So this is right after World War II, right? During this time, when the Japanese were occupying the Philippines, all the leaders and stuff, like the presidents, like all that stuff, these people formed their own rebel group. So in 1950, the U.S. sent Lieutenant Colonel Edward Lansdale, one of the founders of the CIA. And so one of the first things that he did was these civilians were hiding these rebel groups. Philippines, there's this mythological creature called the aswang, which is basically like this deity, demon, like winged creature that sucks the blood out of people. So it's like their version of a vampire. And this colonel sent in a group to go covert at night, and they came across these guards and they snatched one of them. They punctured his neck, 2 holes, flipped him upside down, drained all of his blood, left him there.
That is a war crime.
And then they had locals all around the mountain talking about, oh, there's rumors of the aswang being around these regions and stuff. And then the next day they find this guy who's drained of blood. They're all dispersed. They're like, we're out of here.
The ocean is terrifying, but lakes are haunted as heck. I just went down an entire rabbit hole about Crater Lake in Oregon. This lake is spooky dooky for so many reasons that I can't even name them all. Basically, the lake was created 8,000 years ago when an ancient volcano called Mount Mazama collapsed inwards. This resulted in a 5-mile wide and just under 2,000 feet deep lake filled with snow meltwater, making Crater Lake the clearest, cleanest, and deepest body of water in the entire United States. The lake was so deep that there's a rumor that it was bottomless. Scientists still don't know where the water comes from or where it goes. The local native tribes that are indigenous to the area believe that Crater Lake is a portal to another world, specifically the underworld, and according to oral tradition, houses supernatural beings within its depths. I don't know about Crater Lake being a portal to the upside down, but it does have a dark history. It's been the site for a slew of accidental and strange deaths, murders, and suicides. There's this one story about this man, a photographer named Charles McCullough, who visited Crater Lake in 1974 and never returned. 2 years later, park rangers found only his socks, pants, and bone fragments, as if, quote, the rest of his body just melted away. In 1949, there was a woman who was canoeing on the lake with a group and swore that she saw something enormous moving beneath them in the lake that was big enough to create waves visible from the shore. She described what she saw as dragon-esque, but no one believed her. Then there's the bizarre case of the missing plane. In 1944, 2 planes were flying together on a clear day when suddenly one of the planes vanishes without a trace. 0 distress calls were made from the plane, and the disappearance was a mystery for a while. Then a search and rescue team found evidence that the plane had actually crashed into the lake and had sunk to the bottom. To this day, no one knows how or why the plane crashed. And this lake is so massive that it has 3 islands within the lake, which each have their own creep factor to them. Wizard Island, Phantom, Ship Island, and Old Man of the Lake. With names like that, you're practically begging for creepy things to happen. They're all spooky in their own right, but I think the last one takes the cake for me. Wizard Island is named as such because it's supposed to look like a wizard hat, and it is known to be haunted. People often report seeing campfires or fires on the island, but then rangers never find any evidence of fire, smoke, or ashes. Then there's Phantom Ship Island. It's noted for its very odd shape, which kind of looks like a ship. And then depending on the time of day and angle, the island appears to vanish, hence the name. Now we've come to the Old Man of the Lake. It's actually a log that has floated upright for more than 100 years without any weight. It floats 4 feet above the water and the rest extends 30 feet below the surface. And it has just stayed like that for over 100 years. And apparently the local rangers don't like disturbing the log because doing so in the past has caused sudden changes in the weather. As I said, the lake is so clear that you can see down straight 140 feet. But what lies in the other 1,800 feet of darkness? Perhaps some questions are better left unanswered.
Wow, and that's exactly why I don't like lakes, guys.
They are my witness. We're looking at souls inside the light. See them? We're like, that's not dust particles because why is it so bright? Look at them. I'm gonna zoom in again. Look, yeah, they keep, look, why are they blinking like that? Those are the deceased. See that one? Look at that, that's bright as hell. No, bro, that can't be, bro. It's shining through the light. Oh.
Guys, those are definitely orbs.
Recently just saw a video of a guy from Italy that is here in the States, and he said he stopped eating pizza. He said not because he doesn't like pizza, just because it made him sick and it made him feel sluggish and slow. Like when I was in Italy, that was the thing I noticed. Like I could eat pizza and pasta and it was the same as like eating steak. And I could eat the breads with the wine and I could mix my sugars and fats a little bit and it just didn't hit the same. Over here you do that, tired, instantly tired. So this guy from Italy has pinpointed it down to the potassium bromate, which is some type of agent to make bread rise here in the United States. They put it in everything, and it's considered a toxic chemical in Europe since 1990. Europe will not allow this into their flour, but yeah, we don't care. No big deal. Maybe we can just get another prescription from Big Pharma to help us fix how to digest this gnarly chemical that's tearing you up. Anyway, this guy from Italy opened a restaurant making pizzas, and he gets his flour from Italy. Is that what we got to do? Is that what it's going to take, folks?
No surprise there. Europe's got stricter regulations.
Bro, what's going on with the moon? Did you see that? Yo, peep this. This is the same thing that we just seen with the sun, yo. Peep this video real quick. I literally just posted this video the other day. This happened with the sun, look. It literally looked like it's the same thing, y'all. There's really something going on up there. Look at that.
Informant himself. On Tuga, shorty. They got locked up with the FBI, biggest informant, gang. Think about it. They got snatched off a private jet. Dude, them niggas ain't even had no real good ass lawyers. How the f you think they paying for a private jet, gang?
Well, right after
Vaughn did.
Vaughn had what?
Vaughn is dead, right?
Okay, well,
how the f is these niggas paying for a jet?
At the time, yeah.
Who the f got a jet fueled up and got these boys flew to Chicago in 5 hours? Who got money to do that? They ain't got no jet money, gang.
I don't got jet money.
Come on, bro. Them boys got snatched at the airport on a private hangar. Come on, bro. Stop playing. Think about it. They called Dirk, hey, you get them guys here, we're gonna come get you with them. Cause just like the evidence they had on Shorty, and they had on Dirk too, that you just paid to get your brother killed. How you not in jail? We ain't talking about this shit. This shit just ain't happening in our face, huh? Guess what? Bugs Bunny back again. The rapper got the gun and I know what I'm doing with this bitch, bro. Y'all, I quit. Now, seriously though, this is a real fact though. Really think about this. Who the f you know name get brought up and with actual proven facts that you done paid me some money to go kill a mother. And I done killed the wrong too. You done paid me to kill, I done killed the wrong for me to turn around and go kill a right mother though, but you, the police know I work for you. Cause they say Shorty flat out told they ass like, man, shit, Lil Durk told me do that shit. And he paid me to do it.
You all saying you're snitching, but hey, if the streets can put it together, FBI agents can put it together too. Need for Speed is just pure craziness.
Bob, given what you've been saying, what is the purpose of our playing here? What are we here for?
Well, that's absurdly easy. And I say absurd because it's so apparent once you begin to look at it with what I call a different overview, from another perspective. Look at it. It's best described as you come here as a vortex of energy, and I might add as an alien to this Earth life system. You don't belong here, so you try to change it. Humans try to change it. They don't like the way trees are planted, so they plant them in rows when this system says do it this way, and they want it a nice tree. That's typical of humankind. But why do we come to this thing we call the Earth and live on Earth and be human? Very, very fascinating but obvious answer. And the more you look at it, the more obvious it becomes to you. And that is that you came here to learn. Now, what did you come to learn? These are nice, neat questions. What did you come to learn? You came to learn a measurement system. This is a system of opposites, of polarities, and we quickly give them labels like positive and negative, good, bad, these kinds of things. We learn this measurement system, very important. We learn it, the system of measurement. And a great system of measurement that we learn is pain, pleasure. And we know, how in the world could you know pleasure if you didn't know pain? The most boring thing that you could do is have a very even life with no pain or no pleasure. You couldn't stand it. You've got to have these, and we search for those pain and pleasure things. We go out of our way to do it. So if you think in terms of the whole concept of living here to learn measurements, now that's the first. The second is very interesting, is that you learn to manipulate energy. I move my arms like this, my hands, I move my eyes and so on. I'm manipulating energy to do that. That's a use of 5 or 6 types of energy that let me move my arm. And we learn these very automatically. And I can tell you from deep personal experience that that simple ability that we take so much for granted of learning to manipulate energy is incredibly valuable in other energy systems. You'd be amazed how much value that we think are ordinary things. Keeping your balance, for example. We automatically learn how to stay balanced in this gravitic pattern. But over there, it's wonderful. You can use these kinds of things. So these are the 2 key things, but the most important thing of all. We came and we come here to learn and acquire an intellect. It's strange. An intellect. And we acquire, intelligence is not enough of the word, an intellect, an analytical ability. We come here to learn that. We use the metaphor left brain. We learn to acquire a left brain by living here and being here. That's the real valuable tool that we come and pick up. So you think that combination puts together a being that is a super being, and that's true.
When you begin questioning reality and yourself, that's when everything starts. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit and smash the like button for me, smash the subscribe button, be part of the family. Remember, stay woke, and I'll catch you next time.